Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, thank you. 25 minutes before 11 o'clock, and Jerome Robinson is in the studio. Jerome is such an amazing musician. We've known Jerome for a long time. I've never actually played with him, but he brought a guitar, so I could do that today, so it's kind of a treat for me, too. He contributed to the Ocala Covers Christmas group that we created with an amazing bass guitar version of Mary Did You Know, and Robin was crying when you were playing that. So good morning, Jerome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Glad to be back here. Thank you.
Yeah, you should come by more often.
I will.
Just so it's fun. So are you in a band right now?
I'm working with 5 bands right now.
5 bands?
Yeah.
Recording-wise or live?
Live. In fact, one of them is the Mystics. You remember them from back? They had a few hits in the 60s?
Yeah,
I'm playing stand-up bass with them, and we're doing I do the Florida shows.
When did you start stand-up bass?
Before I started playing bass. That's a long story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you were like in school, in the school orchestra or something?
No, when I lived in New York, because I was a keyboard player at the time, and my whole family's musicians, so in the basement was nothing but equipment. So a friend of ours was going away to college, had nowhere to keep us upright, and said, well, you guys have equipment in the basement, can I leave it there? So I said, yeah, sure. So
perfect opportunity.
And then like years later, he had graduated, I saw him, I forgot who he was doing. I said, you want your bass back? He said, what bass? I said, the stand-up you left at my house. He goes, well, you're playing bass now, you keep it. And that's how I ended up.
Wow.
The first
Oh
one.
my gosh! So a fretless instrument. How hard is that? Or was
hard.
it?
It's still hard. I had to for the Mystic shows because I was like intimidating myself, playing. So I painted little cheater.
Oh, you do? Really?
On the side of the neck, yeah. Because I still. Fretless and me are not friends.
Oh my God!
Fretless.
So for those who don't know, just for the non-fretboard kind of player, what do you call it when it doesn't have a fret on it?
Scary.
I know. On my computer, I have this, virtual string thing, and you touch it, and you have to put your finger on the right place. Of course, it's not a real string, so you don't have to worry about the action, kind of thing. But it's kind of has to be exact. I hate it.
Has to be exact. I watch videos of orchestras and everybody's on pitch. I'm thinking,
I know.
I can't see how they do it.
I know.
And I've been playing bass for like 45 years. I still can't.
But isn't the person who invented the fret system, that person is a genius. Whoever is, as Johnny Fret, right? Wasn't the guy Johnny?
Probably, yeah.
So what happened to was it the monkey?
Evil Monkey?
Evil Monkey, yeah.
I got to a point where I guess, it was just, we've been doing it for 8 years, 250 shows a year, just nonstop.
Wow.
And then just one day I just said I couldn't do it anymore. Mm-hmm. So I stopped, and then the drummer stopped, and then the guitar player stopped, and then the singer put a new lineup together, and then we had a wedding coming up that we'd already booked to do. So we did a couple of shows to get ready for the wedding recently, and now we have one more show New Year's we're going to do, and then we're going to pull a plug on that. Mm-hmm. But we'll probably still be around.
I mentioned to the audience that you sometimes add bass to people's recordings, but you're not even with them. You do it at home?
You're right, from my house. I did one with a band in Argentina. I ended up doing like half their album.
Oh, wow. Nice.
How did they find you?
Instagram.
Mm-hmm. You just post things on Instagram all the time?
Yeah. I post things everywhere all the time.
Wow. All right, before I mess up what you're going to do, what did you plan to do? Oh, you only plan to do something with me?
With you only. I could not think of anything to do by myself, so I think, I know what.
Are you going to sing?
Yesterday, it hit me. I'm going to bring my guitar and make Larry play something to play.
All right, let me tell you what Robin brought in. Because I'm going to need the chords.
Okay.
And now Jerome brought in the guitar, and the strings are really dead, which is good. Which is good, because that means you won't be able to hear me. All right, let's find one that would be good. We have Silent Night here. Do you want to do the lead on bass?
It doesn't matter if Rob wants to sing.
Oh no, it's you guys. It's you guys.
Well, Joe's the singer.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, Joe can come in and sing.
Come in and sing.
Wait a minute. What? Green Sleeves?
Yeah.
Do you want to know something funny?
Boy.
Do you know Green Sleeves? What child is this?
Yes. Is that I never knew the name of it.
At Christmas time, it's called What Child Is This?
Okay.
In June, it's called Green Sleeves.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same song.
That's cool.
It's like I don't know of another example, but you know when a song has a melody, but it's got another
Right.
set of words. Like you know that song Leonard Cohen's song Hallelujah.
Yes.
You know his words are completely different than this new like it's a church version of that song.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. So green sleeves. All right. I'm taking it out. You don't need to see it, right? You're complete.
I can't read music. I don't know the first thing about
I'm not reading music either. I'm just looking at the chords.
Cool.
All right. Do you know the words, Rob? What child is this?
Yeah, no, you guys go.
Thanks
It's
a
going to
lot,
be
Robert.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Instrumental.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to blow my microphone. All right.
Instrumental.
All right. I'm gonna try this here. This is Are we in tune?
Yeah, I tried to put this in a case earlier, and it.
Is this gonna be an okay song to do? All right. All right. Jerome is playing a acoustic bass, and I'm playing an acoustic guitar, 6-string guitar.
Okie dokie.
I love the way that sounds.
Thank you.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the musician.
Probably not.
Do you know what they say? they say you should never compliment a chef on his oven. Never say, "Boy, you must have a great oven. This is good food." Right? But they do it to guitar players all the time. Well, that
Yes.
sounds so good, right? There we go. All right, are we ready? Wait. Am I doing something wrong? You hear it? Yeah, now you got it.
I guess I don't know this song like I thought.
All right, let's do another one. We sort of had that one. All right, let me find another one.
I don't have it. Snap.
There
you go.
No, I need to pull them out. I don't want them in the book.
Oh, okay.
The book is too bulky.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll have to fix it. Do you know Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella? Do you know that song? No, you don't know that. Okay.
She doesn't work here.
All right. How about Joe? You want to sing one?
Sure.
Yes, he does.
Sure, I don't.
How about the theme from Moulin Rouge?
Tu tens ça, tu want to do Moulin Rouge?
Wait, how about Feliz Navidad? You want to do
I don't want to do Feliz Navidad. Try another one.
Sure.
All right,
You do Feliz Navidad.
All right, right here. You speak Spanish, don't you? Feliz Navidad.
Sí.
Jose Feliciano taught us how to
Sí,
speak Spanish.
Feliz Navidad, señor, señoritas.
That's the lyrics, right? Feliz Navidad. Wait.
Wait.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Here we go. Go ahead, Joe.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
You know, with 2 acoustic instruments and a very loud voice, it was hard.
Well, I can lower the voice.
No, don't do that. All right, let's do it. Let's do a what do you call it? Secular song, right?
Go-
Frosty the Snowman.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about going in circles.
Right, here's the key.
Robin, you going to sing too?
No, you guys go.
Right. There's the key.
There's the key.
Here.
Bubble, bubble.
I think that's your cue, Joe.
I thought it was.
Here we go.
Frosty the snowman was as hot as we can be. I don't have the words in front of me, so I don't remember. See, Frosty the Snowman was as bright as he can be. He could laugh and play and sing all day just like you and me.
But when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. We're throwing you all kind of curves.
That's fun.
Oh my God! All right, let's do an interview. Let's do an interview.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go.
Cool. Thank you, Larry.
Jerome is so good, and I'm just so horrible at this.
No.
So, you're from Long Island,
Yes.
Freeport. We were neighbors without knowing it.
Without knowing it, yep.
Yeah, we should have
funny.
put a classified in the newspaper or something, looking for a band. Did you ever do that? How did you?
When I was up there, I never did.
How did you, in the early days? How did you connect with other musicians? How did you find
School.
Did you move directly from Freeport to Ocala?
Yes.
How did that happen?
My family had been coming down to Ocala for years with my godfather, who had property down here. So when we all graduated high school, my brother's family moved down here.
Did you like it here?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because
It's quieter, slower. Just tired of the cold.
how close did you live in Freeport to the railroad line, to the Long Island Railroad?
About 3 blocks from it.
Oh my gosh!
I could see it from my house. Yeah.
Do you know, Robin and I were there last year.
Really?
And I pointed out the window on the train because we were going from Merrick to the city.
Yes.
I said, this is where Jerome used to live.
And you passed right near my house, my old house. Yeah.
Yeah, because as a kid,
Harrison Avenue ran straight into the tracks, basically.
there was a theater, a movie theater on the corner, and that's where I would go with my friends.
Wow.
That's where I saw Let It Be from the Beatles.
Really? Yeah, small world.
Isn't that crazy?
Pretty cool.
So when do you ever teach? Do you ever teach how to play?
No, I play by ear, so I don't know anything. I know nothing about music.
But you know, this isn't music. When I hold up sheet music and point to notes, that's not music. This is a recording of music, right?
Right, true, right.
If you think about it,
yes.
Yeah, music is actually something that is performed.
True.
It doesn't exist unless it's performed.
Exactly.
Right?
True.
So do you have any Christmas gigs?
I don't think so. No. It's funny. I have to think now because when I was in one band, I just did the one band and I didn't have to think about it. But now I'm playing with so many people, I'm like, no.
So which do you think you'll settle on one band after a while? No.
I don't think so.
Why?
There is one in Clearwater. There's a jazz fusion band that's kind of talking me into jazz fusion. Yeah.
What was that?
Jazz fusion.
Jazz fusion. What would that be? Fusion.
Like,
was it? I'm saying, was it a fusion?
It's kind of like
What's
a
it
rock
fused
version,
with?
rock version of jazz.
A rock version of jazz.
Yeah.
So
A lot more aggressive than
I like jazz. Rock version?
do you ever,
Been around forever.
Do you ever see like these memes where people will say rock musicians know 3 chords
Yes.
and jazz musicians know like 300 chords? Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, that's true. The first song I had to learn from them was Teen Town by Weather Report, the Jaco Pastorius. There's so many notes in that. It's all bass.
What do you
gosh.
consider the musical style that was popular during the 40s? Is that jazz? I think that's more like jazz than anything else. Yeah. Yeah, and that music has a lot of, maybe not as many as contemporary jazz, but it's
Right.
It's kind of a jazz fusion format, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, any fusion is just any, I guess, genre kind of fused with jazz, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like talk radio. We have a fusion going on too.
Oh, here we go.
It is. We fuse because normal talk radio likes to talk about politics.
Right.
No.
I usually don't like to talk about politics, but it creeps in anyway.
Gotcha.
Well,
Yeah.
it's part of the
Part of the package.
landscape.
Yeah, it's like playing Freebird. That's what it's like.
Exactly.
Oh,
True.
no.
I've played that a bunch, too.
Have you?
I like that song, though, actually.
No, what group you said you were with? Now you're
Even
playing.
like it was the band I was touring with, we just played, like I said, 8 or 9
No,
years.
locally here. You just
The Mystics is who I'm
Yeah.
playing with now. So, yes, one of the bands around here, groups. But they tour all over, and we just do the Florida shows. So whenever they're in town is when I'm playing with them.
So in other words, when they go, let's say St. Louis or something, there's another bass player behind
There's a
there.
whole other backing band with them.
So how many are in their group, the Mystics?
There's 4 singers.
There's 4 singers, and then
And there's
just
2 of them are the
ba-
original members.
And then what?
Yeah, there's 2 original members. The other
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So
Although
they bring up wherever city they go to a backup, quote unquote, backup band.
Backup
Would you
band.
call it?
Yeah, they take the charts and everything, and
So they have to rehearse every.
I don't think they rehearse.
So the
no,
backup
yeah.
band has to rehearse then.
Yeah, the
before.
backup band has to rehearse. Yeah. Yeah.
So all right, the Mystics are coming in town. Let's say. How many weeks before do you have to start? Before they come in town.
Well, because they
Before you
live,
back them up, quote
because they
unquote.
live in Florida, we get to rehearse with them. So.
Oh, shoot, he just blew me out of the water, Larry. I'm not. No, I'm not.
Well, I know this about Jerome, that he's. I mean, you're pretty much able to just step in and help somebody out, aren't you?
Yeah.
With the
Well,
instrument.
he said he's known you for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said my condolences.
Do you know Thomas McClary, the guy from the Commodores? Do you know him by chance?
No, and we usually.
Was it Eddie?
No.
I thought his name was Eddie.
Eddie. You mean the guy from the Hilton? The guy who plays.
He played with the Commodores.
Did he really?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But McClary is in Eustis.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm bad with.
See,
names.
Robert and I played a
Daycare.
daycare over in Eustis, and it was on. They said this is owned by
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie. And I'm thinking they were wrong, that it was really Thomas McClary. Am I thinking the name right? From the.
I think so, yeah.
Google it. I don't know.
But I thought to myself, well, isn't that? How did we not know this? How did we
Right.
not know that he was right here? Right.
Well, there's a lot of talent in this area that's
true.
kind of under the radar, Larry, as Larry knows and Robin knows, you know, that have come, settled, that left,
Yeah.
you know. So Reba McEntire used to own
Right.
property here, was
Did.
here, you know, at one
So
time.
you said you have a musical family,
Yes.
and are you a dad?
Yes, I am.
And-
But my daughter does not play. She plays golf, but she doesn't play music.
Oh,
Well, Robin plays golf.
Really? No.
We did one time.
Or they occupied a course like me.
It's more like golf plays me. That's where I'm at with it.
We played it one time. So as a family, do you guys get together and play? Like,
We used to, but my mom passed away a couple of years ago, so everybody's always busy. And my
was
brother
she the leader
Steve-
of the family?
Yes, yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, so my brother Steve, he plays like 2-3 shows a day sometimes. He's busy. My brother Darren plays at his church and he teaches at school. So everybody's just, and we get together, but not
You know, your brother Darren helped out Robin's stepfather
Really?
with some music. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he
cool.
did, yeah. Al wrote a song, my stepdad, and
Nice.
then Darren went and my dad sang it, and then Darren put all the chords and everything to it, and they went up to Mirror Image and recorded it. So
It's very
it was really
cool.
nice of Darren to do that.
Nice.
I have one question. I'll shut up. Well, maybe not shut up, but I'll have one question anyway. You're in a band or bands. You're the backup person.
Right.
You got all the music in front of you. Do you like to jam?
Yes.
That's what we were just
Oh, yeah.
doing. Except the jam was not quite made.
That was called jelly.
That was close. Yeah.
Jelly, yes.
Well, hey Larry, I brought the book now, so I'm all right now.
What book you got?
Yours, same thing. I brought it. I have a copy.
Oh, so you want to sing one?
Well, no. You do your thing first. You do your interview. That's all right.
Well, it's kind of very relaxed, isn't it,
Yes, it
Jerome?
is.
I really like the song that you chose to do for Ocala Covers Christmas.
Thank
I had
you.
never heard you play like that before, like an electric lead guitar. I thought that was a fabulous
Thank you.
insert into that song.
Cool.
Beautiful.
He told me behind the scenes he kind of winged it,
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I
and
really-
he wanted to layer it and really.
I was going to do all the tracks
But he was too
myself,
busy.
And I never got around to it.
He was too busy.
So I found a backing track. And I
Well, I'm
listened to
glad you. Oh, you mean you were going to do your own backing track?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I found a backing track, and then I listened to it a couple of times. I started playing it. In the middle of playing it, what you see me look down, because I forgot how the song went. I hadn't really learned it yet.
Oh, welcome to my world.
That's your. He did Mary. Did you know? Did you know what he did?
Did he do Mary? Did you know?
He did Mary.
Yes.
Did you know?
It's
I love that
fabulous.
song. I love
You know,
that.
years ago, WOCA made a CD for Christmas, and the guy at the end of the table, Joe, he did Mary. Did you know?
Oh, really?
In an unbelievable. He's a great singer.
That's what he
I
said.
can hear that, yeah.
Yeah, he did Mary. Did you know? So we'll give you a CD, and you can take
Yes,
it.
great.
Take it
That'd
with
be
you.
cool. That'd be cool.
Cool, thank you.
So where, when you're not in the Christmas season, what songs would be in your repertoire?
Oh, fancy
Oh, boy,
words.
now everything.
Really?
Because of the people I'm playing with. I'm playing with rock bands and country and the Mystics and fusion. So I got to learn all kinds of music. So I have to keep listening to all kinds of music.
As a bass player, does the 3-chord song drive you nuts? Oh, you like it?
Nah, because it's all part of the picture. Whatever it takes to make that picture, that song is what I have to do. So
How about a 2-chord song?
nah. 1-chord songs, they intrigue me. I love stuff like that.
Do you really? That was something Neil Diamond said one time.
I remember in the Police, when Voices came out, and it was based around the 1 chord, I had to pull my car over and listen to it because it just blew me away.
Which song was it?
Voices,
That's a 1-chord song?
basically.
Oh my gosh!
What chord is it?
Wow.
No idea.
Go with G. He'll never know.
Yeah,
that.
Is it a major chord?
I don't know. It was major to me.
For all of those that don't know music, we have no idea what they're talking about.
Do you know
Tune in at 11 for the news.
Do you know the song "What Do You Say to a Drunken Sailor"? Do you know that song?
Why do you say that, drunken
Maybe.
sailor?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
What do you say to a drunken sailor? What do you say to a drunken
Yes.
sailor? Okay.
They ran out of words, though.
That's
They keep
D
saying-
minor and C. That's just 2 chords.
Really?
The whole thing, yeah. But Robin and I created some Christmas words for it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
What do you say to drunken Santa? What do you say to drunken... No. All letters go to Larry. I'm just kidding.
So
What are you up to, Larry? What are you doing?
we're gonna do a song.
Do I get to know which one?
Yeah, this is this is what do you say? No, I want to do one with you. We're gonna.
I just want to listen. Go ahead.
We don't have anybody for 11, so we're just gonna have
Right.
fun.
Oh, cool.
Well, I
Yeah, you
guess
okay?
Stop for the news and come back.
Well, maybe.
What? Yes, you got to stop for the
There's
news.
no
That's the
news.
rule.
There might not be any news today.
Yes, you got to stop for the news at the top of the hour.
Just ruins everything.
Well, you got to stop for the news at the top of the hour.
I got a scratch-off ticket this morning. I won. So,
Yeah, he was. Don't believe it.
so this is
We had Ruggs in here, he'd be right in there. He lags right
D
there.
minor and G. D minor and C is all it is.
Oh, that's a nice one.
And so you can't go back to the D minor
Okay.
quicker.
Is that a Western song?
What do you say to a drunken sailor? Sounds Western right now, doesn't it?
It did. That's why I said it. A Western song.
What do you
What do you
say
say?
to a drunken
What do you-
sailor?
Where will you be on Christmas morning? Where will you be on Christmas morning? Where will you be on Christmas morning after Santa's been here? See how that goes? And then, by the tree with all the presents, by the tree with all the presents, by the tree with all the presents, playing till the sunrise. And then you go crazy with like a lead part.
Okay.
Dun, dun. Listen to you. That's good. Just remember, it goes back to the D minor chord, right? Okay, here we go. Next one. Wait. Where will you be on Christmas morning? Where will you be on Christmas morning? Where will you be on Christmas morning? Waiting for the reindeer. Okay, then we get another verse. I'll sit on the steps in my pajamas, sit on the steps in my pajamas, sit on the steps in my pajamas, waiting for their footsteps. This is where you take it, right? Go. 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay.
Wow.
What's the next one? Okay. What will you leave for Santa's helpers? What will you leave for Santa's helpers? What will you leave for Santa's helpers when their work is over? I'll leave them a note in cursive writing. Leave them a note in cursive writing. Leave them a note in cursive writing. Wishing Merry Christmas. Go. Okay, a little more. Where is it, Rabbit? Where is it? Oh, here we go. What if it snows on Christmas morning? What if it snows on Christmas morning? What if it snows on Christmas morning? How will you stay cozy? I'll wrap myself in a quilted blanket, wrap myself in a quilted blanket, wrap myself in a quilted blanket, closed between my fingers. Here we go. Now your turn. get through it by the time we get there. And then finally, here's the last one. Who will you thank on Christmas morning? Who will you thank on Christmas morning? Who will you thank on Christmas morning when the day is done? I'll thank the Lord, the baby Jesus. Thank the Lord, the baby Jesus. Thank the Lord, the baby Jesus. God's begotten Son. Okay, ready? Very nice.
Wow,
All right.
you're amazing.
So we're going to do the news because the boss is in the room.
Absolutely.
And then after the news is done, we'll come back. You want to stay for a second?
Yes, sure.
Second part
Definitely.
too? All
Most
right.
definitely, yeah.
All right. Have you met any of the people on the Ocala Covers Christmas? Anybody contacted you?
No. I mean, they, posted some responses, but I haven't met anybody. The only person I know is John McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really talented musicians showing up for that thing. There's a few that I wish had and hadn't. There's still a few. In fact, there was a guy who was going to come in Friday, but he got sick.
Yeah, Eclipse.
He's really good, yeah. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back and more.
This is WOCA Ocala.
It is. More with Jerome, right?
Yes.
Stick around? Okay.
Definitely.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 72-year-old woman was killed and her 74-year-old friend was seriously injured after a hit-and-run accident on Northeast 25th Avenue in Ocala Saturday night. After 4 attempts at launching the Falcon 9 rocket from Florida's Space Coast, the 5th attempt was a success yesterday morning. A 64-year-old student pilot is dead after crashing the plane he was training in Lakeland. A 21-year-old Florida woman is being charged with manslaughter after police say she accidentally shot a teenager riding in her car in St. Petersburg. A cruise ship has rescued 2 Costa Rican fishermen who had been stranded at sea for 3 weeks. France and Florida have signed a declaration of intent to preserve a 16th century shipwreck off the state's coast. A live webcam showed a bald eaglet in Florida pecking its way out of its egg to the delight of thousands of viewers. And it's Christmas Eve, and NORAD is once again tracking Santa Claus. Check it out at noradsanta.org. And that is your news brief from The Source.
On this Monday, sunshine mixing with some clouds. A beautiful day with a high of 66 to 70. Monday night should be mainly clear. Lows ranging from the upper 40s in the coolest inland spots to 55 along the coast. Tuesday, Christmas Day, will be quite nice with sunshine and some clouds and a high between 70 and 74. And for Wednesday, clouds and limited sun. There might even be a shower in spots. The high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, my name is Crystal Ash, and I am with Palm Garden, and I'd like to introduce my wonderful, fabulous friend, Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala.
What's she going to sing?
And Jan is going to sing a fabulous song that she has created to tell us a little bit about Grandma and what has happened to her right before Christmas Day.
I hate when that happens.
All right.
You see, what happened is Grandma fell and fractured both her femurs walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as rehab, but thank you to Palm Garden, we believe. She'd forgotten her old walker. She was feeble and so frail, and she forgot her medication as she stumbled out to pick up all her mail. When we found her Christmas morning on the ground and in such pain, she had swelling on her forehead. Her clothes were ripped and covered in a stain, 'cause Grandma fell and fractured both her femurs walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as rehab, but thank you to Palm Garden, we believe.
Yay.
Folks, if you've never been inside that old-timey greenhouse at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, then now is the time. That's because now till Christmas, everything inside this wonderful place is half off. Yes, everything is reduced 50%, including pottery and vases, bird baths, fountains, all kinds of yard art, chimera, wind chimes, and a huge selection of indoor foliage too. Now let me repeat, it's all half off right now till Christmas. And yes, outside, all over their 5-acre garden, all plants, flowers, and trees, also half price for this once-a-year event right now at Bob Wine's. In short, Bob Wine's is having an unbelievable half-price sale on Christmas gifts right now. Don't miss it. Bob's open daily till 4 on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, just off Lake Weir Avenue. Same blooming Christmas place since 1952.
All right, thank you. 5 minutes after 11 o'clock, we are having fun this Christmas Eve day. Jerome Robinson is joining us. He's got his acoustic bass guitar with him. Is the acoustic have any challenges compared to the electric guitar?
No.
Really?
Unless I'm just unaware of it, but no.
Do you ever play a 5-string bass?
I have one.
Do you like it?
I like it, but I can't really play it. I've recorded with it, but it's
the
one extra string just messes with it.
Is the extra string higher than the high one or lower than the low one?
Lower.
It's lower than the low one?
Yes, lower than the low one.
Wow.
I like it. Like I've recorded with when I did that recording with the band in Argentina. I recorded some of the songs with that one.
And was there a reason for that? Did they ask for that?
They didn't ask. They just asked me to do whatever I wanted to do. I did some fretless. I did a lot of 4-string, did an acoustic bass, and then I did the 5-string. But when I took my 5-string, like I played at my church, I figured I'd take it there and play it.
Mm-hmm.
It was dismal. I cannot play a 5-string.
What do you record on?
Pro Tools now.
Is that
Still
right?
learning it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used Pro Tools forever, and then
Really?
I stopped using it only because the computer crashed.
Again, for those of you that are illiterate to what they're talking about.
That's the one thing I'm afraid of, because I have a Tascam 24, but now the buttons are starting to stick in it, so...
That's an easy fix.
But you know what's interesting? You can use Pro Tools now on an iPad. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
And it sounds just as good. It doesn't sound like it's on your phone or something.
That's
Although
weird.
the phone sounds pretty good too. Some of the people on Ocala Covers Christmas have sent in their submissions.
I
on
saw
their phone.
that. Yes.
John McLaughlin is an example of that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! It was like, wow, that's your phone, and I got the same phone.
I did mine on the phone.
Mine sounds like
Did you
I'm
really?
underwater on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yours sounded good too.
Well,
Yeah.
mine was on the phone too, but my audio is just...
No, yours sounded good too.
Yeah.
Yours was your phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
This phone. I don't like
But
this
when
phone.
you submit it,
What is
No
it?
advertisements to the phone. Put that down.
Chinese. But
Put that down.
Chinese.
yeah.
Oh, you're smoking Chinese. All right.
but when you submit your work to the bands that hire you to put your bass parts down, you do it on your Tascam?
Pro Tools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Tascam, wow.
Does that interface? I mean, do you get the Pro Tools on the Tascam, or is it?
No,
on
the
computer?
Tascam is separate. That is it's just a standalone, so I can't really work with anybody. They would have to be in my studio to work with my Tascam.
Okay.
But with
Okay.
Pro Tools, I can work with anybody.
That's an
Do you know
Apple.
John McLaughlin did an Irish song for the Cup of the Irish bar?
he? Really?
Yeah. And I added an accordion part to it.
Oh, really?
And it really added to it. It was
Man.
and I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think it would.
Yeah.
But I could hear it. I could hear that little that little
I'd like
Irish
to hear
thing going
that
on.
someday.
Yeah.
Nice. I've known John for a long, long time.
And the Sugar Bear Band did a song I wrote. Oh my gosh, 100 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was just an embryo.
Wow. That's cool.
I have so much to say about that, but I'll be quiet. Oh my gosh, Larry, you've been opening
So tell me about Christmas when you were a boy. I want to hear what it was like.
Oh, toys. My parents always made sure we had a lot of train sets and car racing sets. And,
This is Freeport?
Brooklyn, Queens, Brooklyn, and Freeport.
Oh,
Oh, no,
okay.
Freeport, we were older by then.
Oh, okay. So
Don't
your
you wish you
young
had
days,
those toys now?
young days were Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Oh,
I grew up in Canarsie.
Oh, really?
Yep.
My grandmother owned Canarsie.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, my great grandma. Yeah, one of
Wow.
them. Yeah.
Huh.
We never paid the taxes, so they took it back.
Oh, jeez.
I said to my father, I said, you should have paid the taxes.
Wow.
He said, I was a policeman. I couldn't pay those taxes.
Yeah.
What was it? A what? A business?
No. It's an area of Brooklyn called
Yeah.
Canarsie.
Canarsie.
Yeah.
Canarsie.
Sounds like Brooklyn.
It's named after an Indian tribe.
Yes. Yep, Canarsie Indians, yeah.
And now,
Canarsie Indians?
right.
Okay, then.
And now Brighton Beach is very much a Russian neighborhood. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Are you familiar with that area?
Yes,
Brighton?
I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you can get some like Russian pie and things like
Oh,
that.
boy. I like food.
So Christmas as a child, let's see, what did you have a 2-story home?
In Freeport, we did. In Brooklyn was an apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you got out of bed and you stayed on the same floor?
In Brooklyn, yes, same floor. Yes.
If you missed the floor, you'd be falling downstairs.
We were on the second floor.
Canarsi's looking good these days, by the way.
I haven't been there since the 80s. I've been back since the 80s.
Yeah, it was not too good in the 80s.
Yeah.
But it's looking pretty good now.
Yeah. A friend of mine went back there recently, a drummer for the Mystics. In fact, he and I lived near each other in Canarsie, never knew each other until we moved down here. But he went back there recently, took some pictures. It was nice to see Canarsie again.
When you were first learning to play the bass, did you get frustrated sometimes? Because sometimes young musicians, they'll start getting frustrated and then they'll give it up.
It's kind of weird. I was a keyboard player like forever, so I understood bass lines and stuff. And the band I was in, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, the band I was in, and I was just out of high school and I was playing the keyboards. The bass player, who everybody knows now is Flavor Flav, but he's the one who influenced me to start playing bass. I loved the way he played. I used to air bass all his lines all the time, and one day I just decided I wanted to try bass and tried his lines out, and it worked. And that's how I was a bass player.
Oh, wow.
Just from playing air guitar.
That's the visualization thing that they talk about.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, God, I have something I want to ask you now. I forgot what it was.
Sorry.
That's okay.
But there are people today, young people, students that are growing up and they're playing guitars, and one of their idols is the Beatles. Do you find that kind of strange as opposed to
for the kids now?
Yeah, for a more
I think it's cool
musician?
if they, are influenced by early music like that. Yeah, especially pioneers like the Beatles. Yeah.
I think we went through musically. I think we, as Americans, I guess, or maybe everybody, we went through this period where we wanted to go to these machines and the computers, and we were adding all that stuff. And now it's back to this.
Back to this, yeah.
Which is good.
Which is good that I never got rid of anything, because there's nothing to go back to. I'm just never left there. So.
Yeah, right.
He's talking about the guitar you're holding there. From
Yeah, this guitar is
1984,
82, same strings, right?
Yeah.
82?
Same. Yeah, I bought it in 82. It was old when I bought it.
It's an antique, Larry.
So, yeah, you can see that's kind of coming apart.
All right, so Joe's going to sing "Oh
Joe
Come,
wants
Oh
to?
Ye-"
Okay, I'll sing for
Oh,
you.
Ye Faithful,
I'll sing
right?
with you.
Okay, I'm going to start with
I'll
this.
try. If I make mistakes, just keep rolling.
Okay, we're just going to stay on the first chord until you start singing, then we'll follow you, Joe.
Oh, good grief, you're in trouble now.
You want your first note? Oh, come. That's your first note.
I got to go that high.
No,
Oh,
oh,
thank
come.
you.
Do that. You
Yeah,
do
that's
yours.
right.
Oh, come.
Okay. Are you ready?
Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye, to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
Nice.
Cool.
Very
I
nice.
like the little extra things you add.
Yeah.
You heard? I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like, the mics are picking up the string, and I just,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that is
yeah.
like it brings the instrument out more, because all the tracks they do tracks you don't hear that, and it's
I know
missing.
what you
And I
mean.
like that. It's like a man used in a machine. It's like part of it. You
True.
feel-
Yes.
you can almost feel his fingers going over the strings.
Can you tell if it's you when you put the bass on a song? Do you have a signature way of
Sometimes,
playing?
yeah, there are certain things that I do. But sometimes I listened to something, forgot what it was that I did, who I was playing with. I guess it was a Chris Duarte thing, and I didn't know if he replaced my lines after we did. It was a DVD we did, and you didn't see me, but you heard me. And I tried to stick with his bass player's lines, so I couldn't tell if it was me when I heard it, because my name wasn't on it when it came back, when I got the DVD.
Oh, no.
Hey, wait a minute.
I got paid for it though, but so anyway, so I wasn't sure if it was me. Then I heard a little thing that I always do. Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
So yeah, there are certain things,
a little
and
signature
I don't
thing.
do them on purpose. Just sometimes I'm just not paying attention, and it slips out.
Well, that's his you. That's your signature.
I didn't mean to be me on his stuff, but that's what happened.
if an artist wants to work with you and they give you a month to do it,
Right.
is the end result for you better than if they say I need it tomorrow?
Better if they said they need tomorrow.
Because why?
Because then if I do something that I like, if I record it, which is worse for me, because then I like what I did, and then I'm spending the whole rest of the month trying to recreate that, and that's just not good.
Okay.
I can't copy myself.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, because, like you say, you play by ear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like singing a cappella kind of thing. You just let it roll.
Let it roll.
So you played keyboard by ear also?
Yes.
I know what I want to tell you earlier. Robin and I met the guy who did the bass parts on the Seinfeld TV show.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Oh my goodness.
I like that.
That was
like
something that like every bass player played for a while.
So here's what's going to
do it. Can you do
Everybody but me. No, I can't do it.
Okay. Are you ready for what's going to blow you away? Robin, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
I
Is it
can't.
John something? John?
I can't remember.
We spent
now.
3 days with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
He did it on a keyboard. Look at you.
I get. Yeah, it sounds like it. You can tell. I guess it was a sample, but everybody thought it was.
He did it.
I
on
could see that, yeah.
He did it on a keyboard. Yeah,
That's cool, though.
And then everybody tried to copy that after that.
What do you mean? That thing was an electronic keyboard that did the.
Right.
It wasn't a bass?
No.
Guitar? No.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and he also used finger popping in his mouth, and he did bicycle
goodness.
chain. He just held a microphone to a bicycle chain. For some reason, he used that. I don't remember that.
Wow.
It's blended in somewhere.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
But that was
like
all there.
stuff like
That was
that.
all there in between everything.
Yeah, right.
That's
Bunk,
his-
bunk, 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 bunk,
Yeah.
bunk.
That's his
Right,
signature.
Jonathan Wolf.
Jonathan Wolf.
Jonathan Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's when you went up north.
We were in
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, and
That's up north.
Yes, everything's up north.
Well, not really. Tampa's down south.
But anyway, yeah, he was selling himself to colleges, and so were we. He got more sales, by the way.
Ja. Yeah. What are you famous for? Oh wow. Sold.
But he would speak to college audiences and then demonstrate what he did, and that was really fascinating for everybody.
It's amazing.
Well, who was it that said? John Tesh. He said he did this NFL thing or whatever.
Right.
And he did that, and he put both his kids through college. Remember that?
Yeah.
He said,
Nice.
this song, they did it. That put both my kids through college.
Yeah, John
That's
Tesh does a thing on WOCA at night, so we get to talk to him every once in a while. And he said that the theme song for the NBA...
It was NBA? Oh, NBA, sorry.
yeah.
You know me in sports.
He had the idea while he was sleeping in a hotel, and he called himself... He had he didn't even have an apartment of his own. He was still living with his parents. So he called his answering machine, which he had up in the attic, and he hummed it or something into the phone. And then when he got home, he listened to it and he wrote it down. And like Joe says,
That's cool.
he made enough money to put his 2 kids through college.
That's just for a little, and he's probably still making money from it. Residuals.
Sure, yeah.
Do you ever go to places just to sit in and play, like, anonymously?
Well, nobody knows me anyway, so everything's anonymous.
Jerome who?
But
But yeah, I love going to jams. I love playing with people I don't know and playing with I don't know what they're gonna do.
So where do you jam in the Ocala area? Where do you jam?
Yesterday was at Fox Crossing.
Fox Crossing?
Yeah, out in Bellevue, Okawaha area. I'm out there because it's like blocks from my house for one thing.
Fox.
But I'm
Is that
out
the
there a
one
lot.
with the
Fire truck outside.
That's what I was going to
That's
ask.
the one,
The
yeah.
fire truck. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let me
I
do
know what he's
some
talking about.
name dropping, right? Local names. Robert Gibbs.
Charlie Horse. Oh, Robert Gibbs. I'm online with Robert Gibbs a lot. Years ago in the '80s, I played with him in a band, but I keep in touch with him now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like on the lead like you are on the bass.
He's phenomenal.
The two of you should have been married or something.
Hey now. You mean in music? Married in music?
What about Vince Sabatino? Vinny Sabatino?
I know that name.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know him, but I know that name.
Well, he's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Troy Strada, do you know Troy?
Don't know Troy now.
Oh, really? He's an amazing bass player also.
Really?
Yeah, he the Blues Busters. Keith Caden, do you know Keith
Yes, I
Caden?
know Keith.
Yeah.
Troy was their bass player.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe I do know him.
For those of you that
maybe I
don't
just
know-
know his last name. You know,
Get educated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just name dropping right now.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I haven't seen him in years.
Hope you have all your pencils out. Write all this
Almost
down.
all these people that have shown up now through the Ocala Covers Christmas, I knew in the past, but I've been out of it for so long. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
I was hoping Charlie Storkovich was going to submit something because he asked me for
yeah, there's a few people
the link, but yeah.
And do you copyright all your bass parts?
Yeah, all the songs, yeah. Yeah.
And
Again, above my pay grade. I have no idea.
Is there one you're working on right now?
There's a bunch I'm working on, but because I'm still learning Pro Tools, they're all recorded. I'm still working on them, still trying to fix them, and still trying to.
What are you stuck on Pro Tools? What's the sticking point?
Everything. I don't know. Mixing and I think I have an idea how to do. I think I did it once, but I don't remember if I did it right, and I don't remember what I did when I did it.
Time to take notes.
The thing is this, that you don't really need to know. All you have to do is find somebody who knows.
That's true.
I mean, because you've got your thing mastered. You've mastered your thing.
There's one song that was almost ready on Pro Tools. I had all the parts done, and I thought I heard this noise at the end, so here I go.
Oh, you didn't?
Being Mr. Pro Tools, I'm going to go to the end of the file and take the noise out. I took the last note out of everything, so I got to go down and re-record everything.
Control Z. Control Z brings it back. Control
I didn't know
Z.
that.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I wish it's gone now.
Are you sure it's gone? Did you save it?
You sure?
I thought I didn't save it, so I canceled it, close it, and it's gone.
Are you sure?
So sometimes when people go to the music stores, they'll buy a certain brand of strings. Does that matter to you?
It would if I didn't go buy the cheapest strings I could find every time.
Oh, they all sound the same then, don't they?
No, they don't actually.
The cheapest ones sound different?
They do, but
I didn't know there was a different grade of cheap.
Yeah, like this one, I use bronze strings in this because nothing else sounded good to me on this except for the bronze strings.
I was going to ask you about the acoustics.
So, yeah, Diodario made bronze strings.
Have you ever played stainless steel strings?
Yes, they're very bright sounding. But a certain basses, I like them. I've got a bunch of basses, so I use different strings on different basses.
Now, that's an acoustic electric. How many more basses do you have? How many more of those do you have?
Well, this is the only one of this I have. The rest are all electric. I mean, except for my two stand-ups. One's acoustic and one's electric. But
now, you just screwed the hell out of my head just then. This is the only one I have, except for
yeah. I mean, it's the only acoustic bass I have.
So the rest are what? All electronic?
All electrics, yeah.
How many of those do you have? I'm trying to get down to this here.
25 of them.
25?
Yeah.
So how did you play keyboard?
Holy.
Also by ear.
I just always played keyboards. My mom was a keyboard player, so I played keyboards until I started playing. I still play keyboards.
So you must know music somewhat. I mean, if you're having your fingers on the keys.
No, I just...
He doesn't play by ear, plays by finger.
My mom tried to make me take music lessons because I'd already been playing, keyboards for a long time. But when the lessons started... That's when Batman was coming on TV, and it was the same day. And I asked her, can I just stay home and watch Batman? And she let me do it.
And do you know the Batman thing?
Yes, I do.
What song has a recognizable bass line that we would know?
Oh boy.
Okay. Temptations. Hit the Temptations.
I don't know. Oh. You know what my favorite song was when I was a kid? Because now I'm not.
Well, I don't know how old you are, so when you were a kid.
Yes. But Spider-Man.
Let me hear.
That was Spider-Man. The coolest bass lines I'd ever heard.
Let me hear the bass line, Spider-Man.
Oh boy.
See if I know it.
I think.
No, that's. I know the song too. It's driving me. It's in the vague of Temptations. Well, it'll come to me eventually. It's 1968, 69. I can't think of it. It's not. The Courageous. It's so
Cat.
close. I hate that.
The Courageous Cat theme song was another one I loved.
Right.
That was.
You like that?
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah. So but I wasn't playing bass. I was playing keyboards. Then, but I still.
Okay.
That's the first time I tried that song.
All right, I have a question to you.
Yes.
Did you ever read Playboy magazine?
I've seen it.
he read it for the articles. Yeah.
The reason I'm asking is because every year at the Christmas issue, Paul McCartney was named as the best bass player, and I would say No, it's they're naming him. He's the only one they know.
They know, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, have you heard that the All-Star, the Playboy All-Star Band? They would name all here's the singer of the year, and the bass player was always Paul McCartney. I was like, this guy, there's so many others.
There are a lot of others, yeah.
But they didn't know. They were too interested in photography.
He was a really good bass player. There was a band that I was in that did some Beatles, and I had to learn their stuff and listen to Paul's lines. It was like great.
Melodic. That's what he does.
Very.
But you do melodic basses also. So is that something that, do you have, like when you work with a group, do they say don't be so melodic?
Mm-mm.
They like it melodic.
I don't know. They just never said anything.
Well, they must like what you do.
They just like the end result.
I guess so, yeah.
Do you ever switch guitars during a gig?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you do that?
Not often now, but when I was in, there was a band I used to be in. It was like a progressive metal band, and I used to travel with 5 basses because they're different tunings we did.
Oh, okay.
The guitar player traveled like 9 guitars.
Oh, my gosh.
But we used to switch quite a bit during the show. But that's because of different tunings.
Oh, my gosh. That is fabulous.
Joe, do you have Rudolph? Can we do Rudolph?
The red-nosed reindeer, that one there?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, not the
Not
green.
the blue nose? Rudolph, the blue-nosed reindeer, held his breath way too long.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. What do you recall? I'm gonna let Joe do the famous part. The most famous reindeer of all. Oh, that's his job. That's his job. Yeah.
Rudolph the red-nosed
Are you ready? Here we go. Well, you gotta let
What?
Jerome do the bass part.
Okay.
Go ahead. There.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down in history.
Nice. You know, James Taylor was in an interview. He said when he plays guitar, he'll do like I'm doing right now, and I have to think of what he said. He would do like this, like. So he's playing a bass part. So you have to say, wait a minute, there's a bass player, so I got to stop playing that. So that's why I'm trying to.
Oh, don't worry about it.
No, it gets in the way. You got the better bass line going on over there. So.
Do you ever put a capo on your bass?
No.
I mean, do capos work on a bass?
No, but I haven't. 8-string bass, which is really like a 12-string guitar, it's just doubles and octaves. And so a lot of playing with it, I'll do like a lot of open notes. So if I want to do open notes in different keys, I would have to capo that, and I just haven't bought a capo to experiment with it yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a
that.
capo.
What's
on
a
the bass.
capo do, for those who don't know?
It's like, ooh, boy.
It's a clamp.
It's a
Wait,
clamp.
no, it's like I didn't
It's
say
like-
physically. I said, what does it do?
This is called
then
a nut.
how you connect it, yes.
Yeah, this is called a nut, and I guess a capo would be like moving the nut or moving the fret somewhere
It
else.
brings it up. It brings up
it
the
up.
key or brings the
Brings
key
up
lower.
The key, yeah, brings the key up.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh,
Tell
okay.
everybody. But,
There we go. Cool.
It brings it up, but at the same time down.
Do you
It brings
have
it up at the same
anything,
time down?
That's coming up that you're
Boy.
playing at. Last week you were really busy.
Yeah, where can we see you this week coming? It's a good question. Yeah.
That's a good question. I know we have a New Year's
Oh, that
show.
was Robin's question, not
which is on
mine.
New Year's, I think. But
So
that's not local. A New Year's show.
Oh, okay.
How far away is it? Tampa?
No, it's
Further than that, huh?
Floral City, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's going to be happy. Where are you going? I think I'm going to Floral
I
City.
will find out before I go, but I don't know right now. I know Sunday will be at Fox Crossing again,
Oh, okay. What
Sunday.
time on Sunday?
3 to 7.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Excellent.
I'm trying to think of what else is coming up in January. I know I have a bunch in January. I just don't know what's local and what's not yet.
Well, keep us in your loop and
I will,
email
definitely.
me all the stuff because this
Cool.
would be
So you play
wonderful.
with all different groups. So you could be here, there, anywhere, basically.
Yes.
So you're not locked in with one band, quote
Right,
unquote.
right.
which is that was there goes your there goes your 1982 guitar.
I actually don't know what year that guitar is. Actually, I meant to look up the.
Well, you bought it in 82.
I bought it in 82.
Jerome Robinson, thank you so much for coming in. That was fun, and you
when already he's all gone.
Good sport for delighting us. Just to have the most relaxed interview of all time.
This is fun.
Thank you for contributing to Ocala Covers Christmas.
Thank you for having me.
I repeat Robin's sentiment of don't be a stranger. Please keep coming up
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Letting us know where you're playing. Tell your other band members, hey, I got friends in radio.
That's right.
I got friends in high places. High places.
All right. Thank you so much. We do have to go to the news. Otherwise, my boss gets really mad at me. So
again,
we got to go. Thank you, Jerome.
Thank you.
This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Pam Puso. President Trump is bashing Democrats on Twitter, saying they strongly supported a border wall or fence until he made it part of his campaign.